Flames shooting out of the largest standing antebellum mansion in America. This was the scene last night in White Castle, as the fire took a serious toll on the Nottoway Plantation house.
Shalom everyone, if you're new to my station, I am the Hebrew Widow, the Hebrew Rose Jericho, coming at you with some judgment news. Oh, how poetic. Oh, Messiah, this was like a perfect sign of what's coming to these colonizers. Y'all. Now, you know I was going to have to come back with this one. It's just all over the place. Everybody's talking about the fire that burned down in White Castle, a plantation where, serpent seed, they love to go to these plantations. They say, oh, you got to put it on your bucket list. You got to put that on your bucket list. This is like one of the places that just was such a great time for us, a great victory that we want to go back to in making America great again with Project 2025. Woo! And it burned down. Let's talk about it. I told y'all, I love to say I told you. Yeah, I'm talking to you spies out there right now. I told you it's going to be some targeted judgments. It's going to be undeniable. In these judgments, who's getting hit? And look at our Messiah. This is Messiah Mountain. If you're new to my station, this is a whole mountain where the Most High God of Israel marked this earth for judgment, and he carved a mountain. This is the Messiah Mountain, the black Messiah with a fire NATO and blast coming out of his mouth. What you gonna do when the world's on fire? Where you gonna run? Where you gonna hide? What you gonna do when the world's on fire? Where you gonna run? Where you gonna hide? Anyway, let's go back to the news.
And First News reporter Kayla Gaston speaking to parish officials today to get a handle on the damage there.
A day after a fire destroyed the Nottoway Plantation house, how the fire started remains under investigation.
Now, since this is clearly a judgment, because the Most High has it on center stage, we know who caused this fire. It was our Messiah who blew that fire NATO and blast at that plantation. That y'all just love those kind of places where we suffered. You guys could just relax and enjoy how your forefathers stormed these shores as illegal immigrants and violently colonized. And that's what they want to do again. Yeah, colonized, took all of our lands away, worked the owners of the land, the indigenous black folk, the indigenous Hebrew Israelites. You enslaved them, you took all their land away, worked them to death in the fields, took their kids, kidnapped their children, turned them over to the Catholic Church for them to be reprogrammed because you wanted to just erase everything of our greatness, even from the minds of our children. And when they wouldn't program, you killed them. And this was the largest plantation in America. And this is what y'all wanted again. You wanted to take everything away and enslave us. That's what Hashatan wanted to do. He had, one time he had us believing that we were going to face some kind of Jacob's trouble. We was going to be on the run because the Antichrist and the false prophet was going to be hunting us down. We already went through it, Hashatan, and we here now to kick your ass collectively. Yes, with our energy. Something that you don't even have. You always got to use somebody else's. That's why you enslaved us. That's why your people love slavery so much. Anyway.
Fire started remains under investigation.
It's a day that we were always afraid of. It's a day that we were always afraid of.
Did you guys hear that? Isn't this juicy? This was a day that they were always afraid of. And you should be. All of you should be very afraid right now. Because all of you, with this mindset, you serpent seed, you're under judgment. It was a day that they were always afraid of. And it's here. It's here. We're at the time of the Great Reset, where our Messiah is on center stage. He's just being blasted and everybody's speaking so well of him. Everybody's just praising him for all of his good works in decolonizing this dimension. Ibrahim Traore looks just like the Messiah megalith. I told you the Most High sealed this earth with his son, an image of his son, so everybody would know what he looks like. He's all on center stage, just getting all kind of encouragement. He needs our energy, y'all. He needs that encouragement. The Most High loves when we praise him. The son and the mother love when we adore them and pledge our loyalty. They love it. They need our energy. They love our energy. I wouldn't say they need it. They love it. That's what they do. They love it. Yeah, and our Messiah is on center stage right now. Yeah, Ibrahim Traore, all over the place, recognized by all the world leaders that are not colonizers, that's choosing the side of good. Yeah, he won their respect. That's something that Hashatan just do not have right now. I mean, he's on center stage. The Antichrist is on center stage every day. Every day. And what have we seen? Nothing but pure narcissistic evil coming out of Donald Trump and all his little presidential orders, his whole crew, his whole cabinet. Yeah, it's a bunch of them in that Green Bay tree. Isn't it? All in our government. Cheating. He's breaking his own laws, breaking the laws of the United States of America. Doing all kind of shenanigans, just cheat. Yeah, he went to the Middle East. You know, they gave him that plane. I got a download about that plane. Y'all, did you guys know about Victory Day in Russia? Oh, it was so beautiful. They celebrated 80 years, an 80-year-old victory over the Nazis over there in Germany, and it's like the big day for them. I guess like the 4th of July. Huge parade, and they rolled out the red carpet for Ibrahim Traore. They put him on front and center stage. He was with a crowd of very powerful world leaders. What happened, Hashatan? What happened? Your Antichrist didn't get an invitation? You got slighted at that Victory Day. And they put Ibrahim Traore on center stage in front of the world on their Victory Day. President Vladimir Putin had his presidential jet that was escorted by 7 fighter jets. They made sure that Ibrahim Traore arrived safely and returned home safely. They showed all of his enemies who's protecting them and how they protect him. Yep. Told y'all. on that victory day, because Vladimir Putin did that. That went viral. Many of you probably saw it, how he sent his presidential jet to go and pick up Ibrahim Traore in front of the whole world. I mean, that's more than rolling out the red carpet. I told y'all, President Vladimir Putin is our friend and ally, and he's one of the Messiah's friends. He is. And he's preaching the gospel to the other world leaders of who Ibrahim Traore is. So anyway, that was on center stage, right? And everybody was just like, wow, I never heard of such a thing before. Escorted by 7 fighter jets, never heard of it. Anyway, oh, the Messiah, he was a man to be admired on that day. And Hashatan's ass got so jealous. I'm telling y'all, he always wanted the praise and glory. He always wanted it. He always wanted to be admired. He always wanted to be looked upon as the top damn dog. So his ass got so jealous. Next thing you know, what did Qatar give to Donald Trump? A $3 million jet? That was because of jealousy. Hashatan is jealous. I'm telling you, you ain't shit. Hashatan, with all your cheating. Have them people over there, those Arabs over there. Y'all are the worst. I'll say y'all were just as cruel as they were over here in America, that Arab slave trade, and y'all asses know you still got some slaves over there too. And everybody that got slaves, cursed be unto you. May all your finances, your wealth, and your health be destroyed in your judgment for harboring a slave. Not harboring, kidnapping a slave. And all of you human traffickers, you will be found out. All of y'all gonna be hunted down in the very near future because you want to continue with your shenanigans. And they got the president. They call President Trump the president of the world. I told y'all. So they have chose the side of the Antichrist, which makes them an identified enemy. Period. And all of you are going to be judged because all of y'all want to colonize again. Y'all see this magic going on here with their hair? That's why you don't wear anybody else's hair on your head. Wear synthetic. They got hair made out of all kind of natural products. You don't have to put anybody else's hair on your head. That's very dangerous. They're cutting off all the bad energy and all the bad karma that they gathered in their hair. Hair records things. And then here you go, putting all of that on your head. And you wonder why you have mental illness. That is why. I know this for a fact. But anyway, they were celebrating the Antichrist. That's what they were doing. All in white. Look at them. Worshiping the Antichrist. They just bought him off for his stupid pride. Hashatan's stupid pride. They call him the president of the world. They celebrated him. When Ibrahim Traore, he was involved in parades and everything else. The whole world has been celebrating him. And that's all the Antichrist could get, was a bunch of bumpkins swinging their heads around, doing some kind of magical celebration, celebrating the Antichrist. See, you Arabs, you think that President Trump is going to put us back into slavery and you take advantage of it. And your money is not going to mean anything to you in a minute. It's not going to mean anything to you because you're going to be locked up. All of you that are cheating and doing all of these illegal things, buying a president with a $300 million plane in front of the whole world, that's bribery. And then next thing you know, y'all got $1 billion trade deal going on. In front of the whole world. You did that and you're going to be arrested for it. All of this is illegal. And we're calling for all of you criminals to be arrested. Abracadabra. Okay, you guys, I know I've been over the hills and through the woods, but this fire of that plantation speaks volumes of Judgment Day, the Great Reset. It's not going to work. Project 2025 is not going to work. Project 2030 is not going to work. The Antichrist is failing. He's failing. Everything he goes to do, he fails. His big deal or sweet deal, whatever the hell he called it, it failed too. Anyway, we're looking at 2 colonizers, representatives of colonization. And this one names him the president of the world. What? And they just bought him. Yeah, just like how Elon Musk bought him and he just wrecked the United States of America and all the systems, and he just was lawless as he wanted to be because he bought Donald Trump. Guess what these people want to do? Just imagine. Yeah, because see, they took advantage of the last colonization and they want to take advantage of this one now. Yes, but our Messiah is decolonizing this planet, and he gave us a sign and a wonder to show these world leaders that I'm going to burn this house down just like in Django.
Thick smoke and flames rose from the historic Nottoway Plantation Thursday afternoon, a 160-year-old structure in Iberville Parish, sparking conversation about his legacy.
Yep, because the Most High put the largest antebellum plantation that had 155 slaves on it, of stolen land, human trafficking, violence, death, and destruction that nobody ever paid for. All that karma sitting in the justice scales. And just because you didn't live back in those times, that karma is still sitting in those justice scales, and you are going to pay because you rode on it.
So much controversy with the past. But you know, in the generations that we didn't live in that generation, right?
And of course, this conversation, he doesn't want anybody to have about his legacy. He doesn't want people to speak evil against him. That's what I'm saying. Ashatan, you just a damn punk. You're a damn punk. You be bombarding us because you want us to feel bad about ourselves. Yeah, and you can't take shit. Neither can your children. Now this bastard knows that his legacy is full of treachery. A legacy generally refers to something passed down from the past, whether it be physical, items, values, or traditions. So you got all of the benefits from all of the crimes that your illegal immigrant forefathers did, and nobody ever paid. Nobody wanted to pay. Oh, I bet reparations for us is a bad word coming from him. Yeah, and if he does have anybody working for him, believe me, it's for the ambiance. Let me tell you something. Karma is going to be paid. That's what has never been paid. You can blame your forefathers when your whole world crashes around you and you find yourself in a dimension with all of the evil because all of you are going to pay the karma for what you did in the colonization. Legacies is not just, the benefits, it's the curses too. Abracadabra.
The main thing is the preservation of history is so important.
Oh, but how they lie. How they lie. Now we know that they systemically tried to erase our history, but there's some evidence out there. Not much, but putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Yeah. They hid all of our greatness, is what they did. They hid our positions that they stole from us and manipulated. Most High allowed it to happen. Yeah, he allowed it so that Hashatan would use up all that evil. And he's used it up through these people. So they erased our history and they're trying to do it again because it worked the first time when they colonized us the first time. They erased our history. And they want to do it again. So he lies because he's not preserving the true history of what happened on that plantation. All kind of atrocities. And may our ancestors just have fun when they come and visit all of you that visited the plantation because you wanted to feel what it was like during the times of slavery, where you got everything, you took everything, very cruelly, very evilly, nothing but rotten. Y'all, when this judgment day come, you gonna see these people are gonna be sick with shame. They are gonna be sick with shame. Hashatan is gonna be sick with shame. This is gonna be one of the number one curses upon Hashatan and his family, and that is the curse of shame that I'm putting on you right now, Hashatan, you and your family. You're rotten, you're evil, you have nothing to be proud of. Abracadabra. Because you see how all of this history is being coughed up from that one fire that our Messiah set off. That's who did that, to bring all you colonizers on center stage and show you that your judgment is imminent.
There's so much controversy with the past, but
there is no controversy. What controversy? A controversy is a debate or disagreement, often public, involving conflicting opinions or viewpoints. No, there is no controversy. There is the truth of what happened on that plantation. There is the truth about what happened on that plantation that you call a resort for white people just like you. They want to make America great again. All of y'all are under judgment, I'm telling you. And this one right here, that's talking about we didn't live in those days. He's still capitalizing off of slavery. So he think his legacy is going to continue with just the good without receiving karma? Hell to the no. He's the most wicked one. He's still capitalizing off of slavery. Controversy, my patoot. Anyway.
in the generations that we didn't live in that generation, right? The main thing is the preservation of history is so important.
10 fire departments rushed to contain the blaze. Though parts of the property were damaged, the main structure still stands.
We will continue our investigation, leave no stone unturned until we determine what has caused and why this fire happened.
I just told you why this fire happened. It's because of the truth in history of what happened on the plantation and colonization is over. It's over.
Timetable on how long it's going to take. This is a large-scale fire, so it's going to take a lot of effort.
The mansion, once a plantation home, now operates as a resort and museum, drawing visitors from around the world.
This event here is gonna take a toll on the Louisiana tourism.
As it should, because it was an atrocity. It was an atrocity for them to capitalize on slavery, number one. They capitalized in this particular geographical location during slavery all the way up into today, or the other day when it got burned down. This one geographical location still benefiting from slavery. This was an atrocity.
Departments responded to help fight the fire. No injuries were reported. For Louisiana First News, I'm Kayla Gaston.
The parish president says renovations were done years ago, but sprinklers were not added to the mansion.
So this is their excuse. This is their excuse for making, the oldest plantation mansion with how many slaves that they have? 165, something like that. Sugar plantation where they enslaved people, beat people, starved people, bought people, sold people, all kind of shenanigans. But since he say he didn't live in that time, that it's okay for y'all to just come and enjoy the bliss of how America was when it was great. You are guilty of riding the blessings that was obtained by your ancestors illegally. It was all illegal. It was all illegal with a lot of crimes involved. And you are guilty for riding on those stolen blessings. Hey, you want to make it like that again. We didn't live in those times, but I bet you voted for President Trump because you thought he was going to bring it back. Well, he's not.
Legacy.
There's so much controversy with the past, but in the generations that we didn't live in that generation, right? The main thing is the preservation of history is so important. The preservation of history is so important. The preservation of history is so important.
So y'all just heard him, right? How history is so important to preserve.
This plantation, John Hamden Randolph, he purchased the land in 1855. And of course, we know that this plantation was built by slaves. Goes into talking about the beautiful property, and it faces the Mississippi River, which was a major transportation hub for steamboats and all of that stuff. And that's all it says about the history of this plantation. I have to go over to Mildred and have a conversation with Mildred to learn that the plantation housed 155 enslaved black people. It was a sugar plantation. But you see, this is how they want history taught. They don't want to talk about the ugly side of history, about what their ancestors did, how they enslaved black people, how they treated black people inhumanely. Barbarism was the key point of slavery, and they don't want to talk about it. There is no mention about slavery. The slaves he owned doesn't even describe it as a sugar plantation, describes it as Nottoway Plantation Resort.
Conversation about his legacy.
There's so much controversy with the past, but in the generations that we didn't live in that generation, right?
These people have no idea of what they are about to face. They have no idea. So I've seen some signs and wonders on Mr. MBB 333. You guys see that fiery sword in front of Uriel? That lightsaber sword?
In the process of it, I just saw God standing before his throne. He extended his right arm, and in it he had a sword in his hand, and he lifted the sword and he drew it back and pointed it again, and when he did, thousands and thousands of angels came forth. He drew it back and pointed it one more time, and a portal appeared. As the angels all went through that portal headed for Earth, that's all I can tell you for right now. All went through that portal headed for Earth, that's all I can tell you for right now.
Idaho and Nebraska. Check this out. Unlike anything I've ever seen, they're saying that this was what's called Steve. And what Steve is a red rogue ribbon of gas that, for unknown reasons, sometimes, not all the time, appears in the nighttime sky during geomagnetic storms. Again, it's a ribbon, a wavy ribbon, not something that looks like this. This photo here was sent in by Troy Bryant out of Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Are you serious right now? That looks like a massive lightsaber in the sky. And when you adjust the lighting just a little bit, you can see density variances in the massive trail that expanded for who knows how long in the sky. That thing looks like it was tens of thousands of miles long. Here's another view out of Jackson, Idaho by Amber, 5/17 of 2025. Check that out. Again, you can see the various levels of density in the trail of what appears to be light, maybe the trail of a comet. Something went through the sky last night. It was visible for right around 5 minutes, and then I found this over on the Soho Lasco C3. This is the wide field of view from the Earth looking at the sun. This is a satellite that orbits the sun with the Earth. This was spotted in the sky last night. Maybe it wasn't alone, but doesn't that look familiar? It looks like what we just saw above Nebraska. Lightsaber in the sky. Lightsaber in the sky. Lightsaber in the sky.
Y'all are in big trouble. The Archangel Uriel flashing his sword. What? His lightsaber sword. Ooh-wee, these judgments, they already started hitting. But anyway, I got to show y'all some other signs and wonders because, see, now all of the Messiah's allies seem like they're being activated. And Sir Uriel was showing his sword in the night sky.
Activity that we've seen here in the last 72 hours. Memphis sits right there, right smack dab in the middle of all of this wild activity we've seen in the last 72.
The last 72 hours in these United States, they have many judgments, and they said right here, you see these mysterious lights flashing? I always tell y'all, Mr. MBB 333, he has a record of so many lights flashing all over the planet. And I told you that the earth was wired. I told you that the Atlanteans could shut you down at will as soon as the Most High gives the order. Because they too are the allies of the Messiah. They are the loyals. And they've been working very hard. And all over this planet, there's lights flickering and flashing. Flickering and flashing. All different kind of ways. It's unexplainable. Unless you know the magic of the kingdom. The Atlanteans have been activated. And I gave you warning with all these flashing lights, but y'all don't want to listen. You still want to go with your colonization plan. 2025, Project 2025, and Project 2030 don't have a chance. Even with your little militaries and your little pea shooters, you don't have a chance.
Karina Watson last night. Check this out. These are the photos of the unexpected geomagnetic storm that she shared with me. She has a spectacular view of the nighttime sky, and this was one of those nights. There it is right there. See it? She saw the mysterious white beam too. Showed up in several of her photos. Right there it is. So I don't know what that was that entered our atmosphere last night. It was big, it was bright, and it was very obvious. And I don't think it was a version of Steve, because Steve is a ribbon of red light that's kind of wavy. This thing here was very powerful and dramatic moving through the nighttime sky. These are some more photos sent in by Karina from Alberta, who once again has a magnificent view of the nighttime sky. Look at those auroras from the unexpected geomagnetic storm. They weren't tracking any CMEs that were headed towards the Earth. And guys, oddly enough, as I was doing this video, I received an email out of Rimbey, Alberta, of guess what? The big bright streak in the nighttime sky last night. Photos sent in by Terry. He said he viewed this for 15 to 20 minutes out of Rimbey, Alberta, not far from Karina's location. This was spotted again down in the United States, up in Canada, but for 15 to 20 minutes, and he'd never seen anything like it. And apparently he wasn't the only one that saw it. On one of his Facebook groups, people were asking what was the giant beam of bright white light in last night's sky. So he decided to share these photos with me once again out of Rimbey, Alberta. What it looked like from about 800 feet in the sky. And then later that night over in Michigan, Traverse City, Michigan, Dom filmed this video footage and said it was fog unlike anything they'd ever seen before.
Mysterious fog again.
That also came out of nowhere and was unexpected. They weren't expecting fog that night. The next day, on May 15th of 2025, also in Michigan, Forrest out of Oscoda, Michigan, was driving down the road and noticed a very dense patch of rogue fog up here, and you can see the visibility dropped very quickly as he was driving down the road. So examples of very ominous looking skies, rogue fog. Here's something else that happened up in Michigan, where there's currently again 250,000 people off the grid. Kalamazoo, Michigan, Dan T. This was some activity on power lines in Kalamazoo. Electricity jumping all over the place.
Y'all are in so much trouble, you colonizers that want to make America great again. You got your warning, but you just won't listen.
To Greenwood, Indiana. Video footage sent in by Pesmerize from yesterday, May 16th of 2025 as well. Very ominous skies as the storms were moving in. The night before, on May 15th of 2025, going up to Wayland, Michigan, had spider lightning crawling through the sky. Video footage sent in by Austin, who captured this bizarre activity in the sky above Michigan.
This is the second time that I've seen that where lightning is actually shooting up. I saw it where it looked like it's shooting up from the ground. Isn't that crazy? And they had a dust storm too.
Coincidentally, where there's now 250,000 people off the grid. A rare dust storm in Illinois. I received an email yesterday from a person in Chicago that got a dust storm warning alert across their phone in Chicago. They thought it was an error because they just don't normally get dust storms in Chicago. Just don't normally get dust storms in Chicago. Just don't normally get dust storms in Chicago.
This has been such a magical journey, y'all. You know, hopelessness. It's like we were put in this matrix with all of the odds and all the serpent seed against us. You know, seemed like it was hopeless. You know, we take one step forward and they push us back 10 steps all the time. And in the case of the Antichrist, just pushing us trying to push us hundreds of years back. But now that we have this technology in the palm of our hands, and I'm showing you that there is an archangel, the most powerful one, The oldest archangel in creation, the archangel Uriel, that his body is manifested on this planet, no scientist can explain. The magic of this archangel and the territories that he covers. This is the Messiah's fellow. All of the archangels, because I saw several lightsaber swords all over the place. Archangel Michael was probably brandishing his sword as well, along with the others, the archangels. And these judgments are hitting this earth. They had a storm, tornadoes, fires. And it's only the beginning. I warned you that if you flinched at trying to start World War III, we were calling on the heavenly host, and the heavenly host is showing up in the firmament. I told you. But you don't want to heed the warning. The Most High God of Israel gave these United States of America the greatest, most magical warnings with the 2 solar eclipses that decoded, spelled it all out. This is Nineveh. The spirit of Nineveh is the hub of colonization now. And they want to recolonize just using a bully, Donald Trump. Just like Biff in Back to the Future. Didn't Biff become president in Back to the Future? Or something like that? Damn, Hollywood. Yeah, they want to recolonize this earth. And they're just little people. And in Donald Trump's case, they say he wears diapers and he stinks. He's an old-ass senior citizen, overweight, and looks ridiculous. He looks possessed. He's just a little man. That's all he is. What do you think he's going to do when the arrest warrant goes out after him? He's going to go try to run and hide, just like all of them that have all of their pea shooters, all of their armory, just set up for a civil war to recolonize this planet. You're not going to just be dealing with people. You're going to be dealing with archangels and the Atlanteans that could shut you down and send you into the 3 days of darkness like that. Upon the Father's orders. Yep. So now you just witnessed. You see all those judgments that happened in the last 72 hours? Tick, tock, tick, tock, hickory, dickory, dock. You're out of evil and you only have seconds before the great reset. And it's nothing that you have in this 3D dimension that could stop it. Yep, but I'm not trying to convince you though. You know, I don't want you here. That's my point. You are a bunch of hateful, evil people that everything you got, you stole. You stole the whole nation of people. After you stole all of the land from the ones that had already migrated over here, the Most High scattered us everywhere. Yeah, y'all just followed us around, didn't you? And you stole everything. You cheated for everything you have. And because of that, you must pay the karma. You must pay the karma. Abracadabra. Yeah. And your karma is going to be, I don't even want to see into it. I don't even want to know much about that dimension. I just want to know that y'all are once and for all out of this universe, locked in, sealed in that dimension. All I was told about it, all I want to know is that all serpent seed, all of the fallen ones, all of the kingdom of Hashatan, all of the evil people of the planet without any empathy is going to go to a dimension created outside of this universe, and that all of the evil in history, all of the truth in history, all of the evil that you committed to get everything you got, all of that evil is going to follow you into that dimension, and all you have to deal with is each other. You evil, disgusting people. And that's a hell in itself. That's worse than hell. You think that the treachery on this planet was bad, Starseed United? You have no idea of the treachery that they're going to have to face. Every moment in eternity, they're going to have to eat all that evil. So all the evil that they committed, the Most High is going to pay them back that evil. And that's what they're going to have to deal with. And it's going to take an eternity for them to eat it all up. And they will be a fleeting thought. Hashatan and all its evil will just be a part of our education of what happened on this planet and what happens when people decide to be disloyal to the father and the mother and the big brother. That's it. They're going to just be a fleeting thought. We're going to be so damn happy. It's time for our happiness. That's our legacy. Our legacy is happiness. And the Father is going to make sure that we get it. And He has the resources to do so. These people are under judgment. And now they're going to be under great shame and fear. And no one will ever want to even mention their names. We're not even going to want to mention their names. We're going to be in such a high vibration. All praises to the Most High. All praises. And may the ancestors be satisfied with this one. May the ancestors go visit all of those wicked ones that went and visited that plantation, so they could be exhilarated by the pain of our slavery, because they want to make America great again. May they all be rejected and ejected. All praises to the Most High. Starseed United, you know what to do. Give your Father praise and glory. Adore your beautiful mother. And pledge your allegiance to our big brother, the King and the God of this earth. That is the glorious download that I have for you today. It's been activated, y'all. Now they're going to be dealing with the heavenly host. That's what they're going to be dealing with. It's about to shake, rattle, and roll for these people. And they're going to be targeted judgments, just like the plantation. That was a targeted judgment to draw attention to what happened. And also to say that it's time for them to receive their legacy of karma. And it's our time for happiness. May the Most High bless all of us. May He bless all of us. Yeah, He's going to bless all of us. He's just going to do it. Father, can you make us all happy? Abracadabra. That's what we want. We want our happiness, Father. We want to enjoy our happiness. Yes. Starseed United, I salute you all for your participation in this great mission that we have been on. We are more than conquerors. We're connected to the 5D. You see, I told you, these words coming out of my mouth, I just asked for the Most High God of Israel to show them. And the Most High God of Israel pushed the button and said, hey, son, The Hebrew Rose of Jericho, my daughter, she asked that you show them something. So I want you to show them. And he's showing y'all. He's showing you. I'm telling you, this magic is real. This magic is real. Another rapid response from the Most High God of Israel. All praises to the Most High. Okay, you guys, I salute you for all your energy that you put into this battle. I told y'all, at the time of this great reset, we're going to get our badges of honor because we were factored in this great reset. Evidently, to call some of the shots. It's like the Most High God of Israel. It's like I feel like I'm wasting time if I don't post anything. But I have to wait for the downloads because I know my Father bows the heavens to hear every word of truth. And he reacts. And he causes the universe to react. Our redemption draweth nigh, and so does our happiness. All praises to the Most High. If you're new to my station and you resonate with this message, feel free to subscribe and join in this fight. Everybody's energy counts. And going against this colonization, they want to recolonize this world when the rulership is promised to the tribe of Judah. So your energy, with my energy, with this truth, is changing timelines. Hashatan had some plans. Oh, yes, he did. He had plans to steal our rulership with his little 3D hocus pocus. And now I'm showing you Uriel's saber sword, his lightsaber. What? Y'all, honey, we're living in beautiful times. All praises to the Most High. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share all of this good news. Starseed United. Starseed United for life. Yes. Thank you so much for your gifts of love, your kind words. May the Most High bless you 1,000-fold for whatever your heart's desire. Abracadabra. Yes, until the next judgment news, your big sister, the Hebrew widow, the Hebrew Rose of Jericho out. Shalom. Wow, isn't that our common desire, heart's desire, is to just be happy? Father and mother and big brother and all of his fellows, all of his allies, is going to make sure that we get it.